Hello again, Rob Salem reporting to you from the TCA TV Critics Tour here in Pasadena. You may not know this to look at me, but beneath this suave, sophisticated exterior, there beats the heart of a slavering fanboy geek. And the great thing about this job is I often get a chance to meet some of the genre female stars that I've huge crushes on. This week being no exception, I've had a chance to sit down with, Lucy Lawless I've actually known for a number of years. And we had a chance to catch up this week basically because the restraining order has now been lifted. But I also had a chance to meet Eve Myles, who plays Gwen Cooper on Torchwood. And in case you had not heard, Torchwood, although they killed off pretty much everybody but Eve Myles and John Barrowman, has resumed. And in fact, they've just started shooting, I believe today, an American version produced by Stars of Torchwood. So she was here to talk about it, and here she is now, Eve Myles. I have to confess, first of all, to a serious fanboy crush.
Oh, on me?
Oh, yeah, no, her.
Oh, right.
Yes, on you.
Oh, right.
Oh, my God. Well, this cannot be the first time that you've heard this.
I'm ridiculous when it comes to things like this. I just wish I had a skirt on and I could just do that.
Not to embarrass you. No. Feel free.
That's very kind. I'm blushing. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And I'm sure, even more specifically, the Gap.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Guys love the Gap, yeah?
Well, apparently so. I mean, it's, don't knock it until you kissed it. That's all I'm saying. It's strange because obviously all my life I'm who I am and this is how I am.
Yeah.
And then suddenly I start doing a program and then people say, have you noticed she got a gap in her teeth? And I'm like, who does? What does it mean? What do you mean? Oh, this! Oh, yeah, it's really nice. And
but as an actress, was it something that you sort of had to disguise or explain? Or?
No, not at all. Yeah. It's kind of really bizarre, and people are kind of people are quite obsessed with it.
Oh,
kind of love it.
Yeah.
And
they're probably
I'm happy with it.
Well, yeah, but they're probably a little more overt about it here. Is this your first time in the States?
No, in Los Angeles it is.
Yeah. Well, that's not even really the States. That's just a whole other planet.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes,
the series was the Cardiff setting was so specific in the series and so much a part of the series.
One of the characters. Yeah.
And I'm wondering, because you were actually shooting there, was it a real point of pride in Wales that this was something we own? Yeah.
Can you even imagine how proud I was?
I'm guessing. Yeah.
I mean, I'm the proudest woman in the UK. I was just so proud because. You very rarely hear a Welsh accent.
Mm-hmm. They didn't try to posh you up at all.
No, not at all. And, Russell wanted to make this programme based in Wales. We're nowhere else, we're in Wales, we're in Cardiff, and this is where this action is happening. Mm-hmm. There's so much that we have to offer. As you said, there's the oceans, the mountains. It's just got the landscape. It's got great, humorous people and so many stories to be told in history. So to have it based there and to film there for the 3-4 years that we were doing, and to come to LA and to be making it here. And we're also filming 2 weeks in Cardiff at the end of the month. I just feel so proud. Honestly, you can probably hear my heartbeat. I'm so passionate about it. Mm-hmm. It's wonderful.
But at what point did you find out that basically everyone was going to die, except for you and John?
Well, not until the end.
Really?
You get a script through the door, and you literally open it up and you go, am I Hank or am I, and we found out about the two characters, Tosh and Owen. We had a meeting, and they obviously told them separately, and then they came to tell us. And you're losing two legendary, fabulously constructed characters. Mm-hmm. But we were also losing two really great teammates and two great friends. Mm-hmm. And that takes a lot of adjusting when you're used to being a tight unit, and then all of a sudden there's three of you.
Yeah, and it was very much an ensemble. What a joy to play, I would imagine.
Well, it was never like playing the same character. You know, every season she was a different person because she'd have to evolve with that organisation. Every day she was seeing something new. Every day she was doing something new. Every day she was being terrified, thrilled. She'd fall in love every day. She'd hate every day. And she changed colour every day. So she was never the same person. So that excitement became a drug. And that's how she lives her life. So for me to play a character like Gwen Cooper is exhausting.
I imagine.
Okay, she is so exhausting. It's painful because of all the, you know, but it's, my God, it's the best thing in the world.
Yeah. Now, did you think that was it? I mean, I got the sense from Russell, and I think I talked to him around the time, that he pretty much put it to bed at the end of the
episode, series 3.
Well, yeah, I mean, after Children of Earth. Well, even if I think before that. But anyway, I got the sense that he felt it was done and it was time to move on. Did you ever suspect that this was going to, or am I wrong in getting that impression?
I know when something comes to an end, and I know when it's time to leave something be, and I know when sometimes it's good to leave something on the highest it can possibly go. Never felt like that. I knew this was going to go on somewhere else, just because of the response.
Yeah.
The response was massive, and the fans were incredible.
And that was all about Eve. Now, as I said, Lucy Lawless, my old friend, who I've known since her Xena days, is now, of course, starring in Spartacus. And Spartacus is also restarting on Starz. It's a prequel this time. It takes place 5 years before the previous Spartacus. And it's very interesting. It's a very interesting season. I will let Lucy herself explain it all for you. I love this show so much.
It's a doozy.
It's so good.
And things only get more twisty from there.
I would imagine
it's
so.
It's pretty damn twisty, this prequel.
Yeah.
Every single scene has 3 or 4 layers to it. It's what people are saying, and then what they really mean. And the audience knows it, they're figuring it out all the time. And then the people in the background are relating to it and are impacted by this new information and are having separate relationships, completely separate. So there's layers of relationships. That's why you can't watch a show and play solitaire at the same time.
But plus there's the acting archaeology of bringing these people back 5 years and where they end up.
So fun.
I mean,
that's an unexpectedly pleasurable, actually, because you think, oh, how are you going to do that? They'll be lame because you know where they end up. And it turns out that it's fascinating. Yeah. And these writers are so genius that they will surprise you with how these things come to be.
Yeah. They really are great, right? It's great
writers.
It's great writing.
Great producing, great directors, and hopefully great. About 4 and 5 in the first season is where everybody went, oh, okay, this is our world. Yeah. And it's a fast groove to be in.
Oh, yeah.
And with the prequel, because it was put together, it seemed to me like came together so ad hoc. It was really a band-aid on the situation of Andy not being available. That it never occurred to me that it would be brilliant. It was just that we're doing whatever we need to survive and to keep our audience engaged. So the fact that the writing turned out to be so genius, and they've tied all these things together in the twistiest of fashions. They've got gnarly minds, those writers, boy.
Well, it's that synthesis of them being able to seize that opportunity to explore those characters retroactively, and then your turn. And
Starz has the balls to greenlight it and allow it without coming in and dumbing, and making it watering it.
Okay, let's talk about the sex a little more, because I mean everybody's doing it, and everybody's naked. And that doesn't raise the comfort level at all? I mean, is there sort of a communal...
naked and sex scenes are totally different.
That's true.
Like, I mean, nudity where the slaves are half naked all the time. Yeah. You get used to nakedness. Just visually, it's something that becomes a non-issue, actually. Even for the red-blooded grips and for everybody. That's something you get used to very quickly. But sex is something that, as an animal, on a cellular level, you know to protect. Yeah. So when you have to exploit something to do with sex and your body, the most intimate parts of you, even though there is no contact, it's all choreographed, blah, 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 that is very counter to your animal nature.
Yeah.
I've never gotten used to it. Jamie, everybody deals with the neuroses in their own way. Jamie went home and ate like a jumbo Kit Kat, as big as her head.
And you went home and went to bed, as I recall.
I go home and go to bed. Yeah, I just crash out for 11 hours as long as I can sleep. I can't remember what John did. John probably, went out with the boys and told them about it.